Greetings and welcome to the you viewers, you watchers. This is a reading for the energy of Pisces. Okay, so we continue with the mutable gap, and we enclose it with the 12th house. Yes, 12th house is a house of moksha, which is essentially a house of liberation of the highest form, dissolution of abstractions, but also embracing um, the concepts behind the veil. Okay, so essentially embracing truth in its highest form and an underlying compassion dealing with the 12th house. Now, the interesting thing is that 7th from this placement is in the 6th house, okay? With the 12 and the 6 axis, there is a gateway or a door that expresses what we can filter and curate from the unconscious, okay? So the people that Pisces energy tends to draw in terms of the other, are people are who are here to heal the energy of Pisces through pragmatic ways, realisms that are worldly, okay, that are intended to produce a healthy effect, that are curative in nature and extremely critical in nature, okay. So these are tendencies for the other, okay. What the other has to do, essentially, to execute or to heal the energy of Pisces is to approach the realm of the fool that moves back into society, the fool that returns to society. There is a return sort of motif that is typical, okay, of of the other that Pisces tends to deal with, okay. This return can occur in many different iterations. Usually, it comes when it's most needed, when it's most practical, and when there's a method or a technique behind it. Because Mercury is the one that aids the moon, the one that aids the the dream, the Neptune energy. Okay, so somehow Mercury returns to Neptune from the 6th to the 12th house, 7 houses away above him. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin now, after that introduction, and deal with a bit of a karma reading. My God. Okay. A truth wants to come out that if you are in essentially a place of stagnation there or temptation, a point of crisis, yet it is not crisis. There's a state of being that the energy of Pisces is in that has to do with, let's see here, the energy of Cancer, nurturing something within, trying to see if other places will offer that which would fulfill you, not to be tempted by those other things. There's a wholeness, a wholesomeness about this that I really particularly like there's also a hidden truth that has to do with the shifting platform that is orchestrated by the heavens in order to find a method and a way into inspiration. This platform is shifting quite ridiculously. We have the fours are everywhere here. We have the four of pentacles, four of rods, as well as the four of swords or spades. We also have the four of cups. Okay. So what I'm seeing is that there is a merge into a new society. This is of a secret order, a truth-seeking order. Okay. So essentially, there is something that is trying to be thought of, where in context with what Pisces is dealing with, they do not want to be tainted by other external forces in terms of emotional persuasions, in terms of taking in art or other forms of expression, offers of love or offers of any kind. There's a sort of a purification through fasting that I see. Fasting in an emotional way, in a spiritual way. And this is leading to pure vision. That hidden truth has to do with essentially the shifting order or the shifting way in which all of this suppression of one's energy is bringing forward choices or options in terms of the material realm, as well as what you can envision, what you can become a master of, as well as what you can think, and how these relate together in terms of bringing forward a platform or a structure or an emotional wholeness for the energy of Pisces. But the vision is coming, whatever it is. Do not be tempted. That is the advice. Now, we shall move into the Great Mirror reading. The Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Order of the Twin Sun in order to see and tend to get a glimpse of essential karmas that may exist between Pisces and a significant other. Okay, the significant other can be person, place, or thing, perhaps even animal. We shall go ahead and pull 9 cards and see what may resonate for you. Do not force anything. Please take this as a look, and looks may not always be the most qualifying factor for truth. We have dispute intestin, embarras ou présent. Okay, that is the 8 of rods on the conscious representation here, as well as the 2 of pentacles, an activation of Mercury and Virgo here on the opposite subconscious. And the unconscious is au présent, with the 4 of pentacles. Okay, so in relation to in relation to the karmas that you may be dealing with now, the cube emerges, okay? And this is the cube of Saturn, okay? And with this, there is something tied to the moon, or perhaps Mercury, or perhaps a hidden dynamic of Jupiter, okay? That tends to define or make aspect to Saturn currently, which does what? There is a type of a knowing. That's something that you know, but you're trying not to heed. And this is disempowering for you. There's something about it that divides the energy of Saturn, the cube, into a half, creates two rectangles, okay, with a dispute intestin, which is unsettling in nature. There's something about it where you are looking for a realm of experience, but you do not want to go there. There's something that you feel that is telling you it's going to be a powerful connection or a powerful thing for you to do in terms of action if you were to do something. So there is this poise that you have that is perhaps mm, trying to find how they would do what you are trying to do, okay? Which can be a number of things: a union of the minds, an enkindling or a fusion, lighting the match to bring forward this energy, whomever you're dealing with. There is the intention to take that chance and to make that step, but there also is the realm of experience that may be extremely unsettling for the energy of Pisces, that your intuition may be triggering you into a way of crippling you at the same time. Okay, not saying that you're weak or anything. What I'm saying here is that there is something that has to do with direct Mercury energy. Okay, direct mercurial energy that wants for you to say something, to do something in terms of action. However, what is most important is to staying true. There's a lot of Virgo energy here, by the way. Your inner world, your unconscious world, and your subconscious world are orchestrated by Virgo energy. Usually Virgo is tied to healing, the arts of healing, okay? It also activates your 7th house from the energy of the 12th house. So, what I'm seeing here is unsettling for the time being in terms of the mystery of 4, the mystery of the cube, or the square of Saturn, okay? Let's see here. Okay. We have imprévu, faux, as well as force majeure. Okay, so you are dealing with a degree of something that triggers you. Okay. Excuse me. Whomever you're dealing with, there is a system of triggering here that revolves around the mystery of 8. Okay, 5 and 3, 6 and 2. 8. As well as the force majeure. Devil card in reverse, 2 of swords in reverse, and the page of swords in reverse. What does this indicate? This indicates essentially something that mirrors you in terms of not wanting to make communication of some sort. Also, there is an aloof quality to the way this person approaches communication, meaning that they're lazy about it, or perhaps there's something more calculating that cannot be calculated about them that needs to be understood in some sort of way. So a shroud of mystery emerges out of this. This could be a friend. This also can be someone, both of you sort of perceiving one or another as in a childlike way. So there's a tit for tat energy. There's also something that revolves around the 3rd house, Gemini energy. Okay, so similar images, twin images, as well as something that comes out of the realm of learning, something to understand through the realm of learning. Okay, but we have the Magician here as well. There also is a need for solitude on both ends, rest, of peace of mind. There's something about you that feels like that you would burn them in some sort of way through the energy of the radiant sun or the energy of the 6 of Pentacles. 4 and 2 of Pentacles equals 6. There also is something about the two minds that conflict that would create or divide one's sense of wholeness. Okay, your sense of wholeness would be divided if you were to fuse with another. It's very interesting, that dynamic. There's also an androgynous sort of mutable quality about all of this, and perhaps there's something about your subconscious, about that realm that's beneath the surface, that is highly ruminating in a type of transformation that would create balance for all those concerned. Okay, not only this person, but for everyone in general. There also is something that is not to be trusted about this person. The Devil in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. There's something that happened that had to do with the protection of gifts, protection of love, protection of something, an offer to another. Okay, this came against great odds and was turned down or something like that. And this is something that occurred from one party to the next, but it's also something that they ruminated upon, meaning that there's something that they potentially are hiding in terms of this, and they want to project some form of artifice or faux quality that would somewhat diminish the connection in some sort of way. It's very interesting. There also is a heavy burden that is being let loose, whatever they're dealing with. Something about that speaks about two heads coming into clash, and also it would be like this connection. It talks about great potential, okay, but then there also is something about it where the satisfaction that is attained is after a great divide, or a great feeling of temptation of some sort. There's a lot of temptation in this type of connection. Temptation. This is temptation on an intellectual level, but also on a deep spiritual level, a holding back, and that's not exactly the healthiest of, excuse me, the healthiest of turnouts. We also have here the Four of Swords. A great deal of solitude is required between both parties in order to find peace of mind. The thing is that they're also hiding with the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. The sword in the page's hand in reverse. There's something that is being hidden in terms of pain, and they do not want you to see that. They're breaking free from something, and that is their way of getting away from something that has been very painful for them. This type of connection requires a great deal of quiet and solemnity of mind, okay, peace of mind. And that is when the magician can shine his light forward. So it's very important to note that this type of connection, once again, is about hindrances, temptation, and then the eventual exquisite satisfaction that comes from this type of connection. Excuse me. The advice also is to wait in terms of the health of the daylights to come from the magician, and to approach this from the realm of Virgo, and to also honor the cycles of the moon. 4 cycles of the moon are required in this type of connection. So that is my advice to you from the cards. Thank you for letting me be your medium. Yeah, there it is again, the 4 and the 3. I told you the 3 of Swords is here, and it's their challenge. There also is the 4 of Cups here, which showed up in your karma reading, which usually talks about spiritual refrain. Okay, the quest for cups is actually the quest for liberation in terms of the Ace of Cups, which is service. It's also self-serving and also self-protecting. It moves to the Ten of Cups, which is ultimately compassion. It's the move from eros to agape in terms of biblical nomenclature. So what I'm seeing here is, if this is a new connection, hold off. If you're bored of this connection, hold off. Otherwise, there's something to be had, a truth that could come out if the timing is right from the opposite end. Yeah, that is what I see. Thank you. Bye bye.